Hey folks, Lever House again. Welcome back to another review. Another superhero review. I hope you enjoy my review of Justice League Dark. That is on my YouTube channel right now. And so it's my Lego Batman movie review. Um, it's on my Batman playlist, Batman Marathon, DCU reviews. I put it on there, and my superhero reviews. I've already reviewed that. And guys, if you're new to my channel, Live Banally 983 with the mass profile picture. Stay on this channel. Thank you guys for the 212 subs. Keep on subscribing. Unfortunately, I wish I could do videos the entire week, but I can't because I'm probably working a full week. I'm working tomorrow, but and happy St. or Patrick's Day to people. Yeah, I could have done a St. Patrick's Day kind of review, but maybe next year. Just didn't get to this year, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, look what I've been doing on this channel, guys. If you've been watching, remember I do have another YouTube channel that I've been on doing YouTube for 11 years, but that channel got scrapped. I lost the account, so I had to build this, make this new one, and yeah. In this channel, it's the mass profile picture, so make sure to stay subscribed to this channel. You can watch videos on my other channel, just don't subscribe to it, okay? That's why I keep saying that. Don't subscribe to it. I don't want to keep on seeing people subscribe to that one. Because you won't get any videos anymore. You want to see videos, me continue to do YouTube videos, and more videos, more content out. Stay on this channel for more videos and more views, and maybe one day, different kind of videos as well. Stay on this channel, okay? Anyway, what I've been doing, guys, is a superhero marathon on my YouTube channel. I've been doing what I call the 2010s era superhero reviews. These are superhero movies that came out in the 2010 decades, 2010 to 2019, and I'm on the year 2017. I'm on my second movie now, and this is the third Wolverine film, and the Wolverine trilogy, the third film, and the 10th film, uh, and it's the 10th. It's the third installment of the Wolverine trilogy, following X-Men Origins in 2009, and the Wolverine 2013. And it's a standalone sequel to X-Men Days of Future Past. And it's the 10th film in the X-Men film series. That is Logan. Now, this is just a slipcover, but I do have a booklet for the movie. I'll show you the booklet here. I'm going to show you some pictures. This right here, though, I'll see if I can. Yeah. This is a black and white version of the movie you could watch, which I'm probably going to do that. Yeah, a black and white version of the film. Okay. There it is. The Blu ray of it. But you can watch the film in black and white. And this is the booklet for the movie. Dang, Blu-ray almost fell out. So there's the film on Blu-ray. Yeah. Charles, she's like you. She's very much like you. Just a little bit of pictures from the movie. They're all mutants. They're all mutants. West 62, where they're headed to Mexico in the film. Nice little booklet that come with the film. Just some pictures. Oh, this is the villain's mechanic hand. This is a that Laura's staying at with the lady who's taking care of her. Nurse, I mean. This is Logan out in the middle of the road. Well, just standing on the grass. And of course, Charles Xavier, Professor X. Very cool little booklet. And then Logan, Wolverine himself. And then our villain of the movie. Yeah. Well, there's actually two, but I'll get to that. There will be spoilers in this review, and spoiler alert, Wolverine's daughter. Yeah. Like I said, there will be spoilers in this review. I'm telling you that right now. And then, of course, again, Logan himself. Very nice picture, Logan. Yeah. And again, Laura at a gas station, playing on that mechanical toy. And then Caliban, who has to wear that stuff if he gets affected by the sun. Laura again. And this for the movie, this is special features. I guess more like the making of the movie. But I saw Logan here. I saw this film, and let me be very careful with this. I saw this film in theaters back in 2017, and I really enjoyed it. You know, again, X-Men vs. Wolverine. That movie sucks. That movie's a piece of shit. And Wolverine, even though I like it, they did cut away from blood and gore. This movie does not. This movie, yes, this movie is rated R. It is rated R for strong, brutal violence and language throughout, and for some brief nudity. It is a movie that is rated R. There's blood and gore. You do see Wolverine slash and cut. I mean, if you're a Wolverine fan like I am, you like the character Wolverine, you would see him slashing, killing bad guys, and double that with his daughter. She has knives too, and even in her feet she does as well. Claws that come out of her feet as well. Just one claw, but you got like two pairs of claws that come out on her sides here. Of course, you see Logan with his claws, and yeah, it's a different kind of story. It does feel like a bit of a western at times with this movie. It is a bit long, but it's a real good film. But let me get to the history of it. Yeah, I was surprised by this movie. This, in my opinion, I'm gonna say it right now, this is the best Wolverine movie ever. This is the best one out of the Wolverine trilogy. This is the best and my favorite one. You know, this is what the Wolverine needed to be from 2013. It needed to be more rated R. With Wolverine being that movie was Wolverine being in Japan. X Men Origins needed that. This movie had a better story than X Men Wolverine. Yeah, you said that film shorter, but the story sucks, and that film was boring. Yeah, the Wolverine had a good story. It just needed more blood and gore in there. And the film does take visual tone and thematic inspiration from classic westerns and noir cinema, like Shane, The Cowboys, The Gauntlet, Unforgiven, and this is a Clint Eastwood movie. Yeah, starring the late Gene Hackman and Morgan Freeman. He's also part of the Dark Knight trilogy. Yeah, but for production development, James Goldman Mangosa says, "You and I have been talking about what we would do since we were working on the last one. Both of us, it was the requirement that we do be even interested in doing it. We had to free ourselves from some ambitions that had existed in the past and be able to change the tone a bit. Not merely change for change's sake, but also to make something that's speaking to the culture now. That's not just the same style. How many times can you save the world in any other way or another? How can we construct a story that's built more on character and character issues in a way as if it is a superhero movie. Yeah, it features their powers and troubles and themes. In November 2013, 20th Century Fox had discussions over another solo film starring Wolverine, with James McGold in negotiations to write the treatment for the film and Laura Donner to return producer under the Donner's company. At the time, Hugh Jackman neither confirmed nor denied his withdrawal with Logan in a new film. Jackman claimed that his lasting contract with Fox fully wouldn't be negotiated after Action Days of Future Past, which we saw him last time as Wolverine. Well, and his cameo in X-Men Apocalypse. This is a lot better than that movie. Did not mean he was leaving the franchise. He had been working on a movie since X2. He also said, "I do want to do it with Jim and with producer Lawrence Showdonner because we had such a great experience, and I'm really proud of Wolverine." Later in that month, Later in the month, Mango announced that the pre-production aspect of the film had not yet begun, nor the writing process, though he furthered this by stating, "I would say I'm not there yet, but I have taken finger to key. Let's say there has been typing and ideas and talking amongst all the principals." Shortly after the release of The Wolverine, Mango spoke of the potential sequel with the aim of not converting into Would the World Will Survive. The film would also stress in his need not to make the same picture again. In December 2013, Jackson spoke of nearing the end of his tenure as the character, saying that the film was in the very early stages of development. Jackman also revealed that Mangold had begun speaking of potential ideas, adding, "Jim McGill and I were literally on the phone last night, talking about ideas, but there is no script and no writer yet. It's so way off." Mangold would later reveal that Jackman was very involved in developing the story, saying, "Hugh and I have been friends for almost 20 years now, and he was there every step of the way for Hugh. For Hugh and I, the first goal was to construct something more intimate. Hugh often brought up the wrestler and Unforgiven as examples. I use those references as well as others. I pitched to both Hugh Jackman and Hugh in the studios that I had an idea for a little extremely bloody limit sunshine. By March 2014, a decision was made to begin shooting after Bryan Singer's X-Men Apocalypse, with the tentative plan to shoot the films back to back. Producer Hutch Parker stating, the goal will be X-Men Apocalypse for 2016, which means at the latest, film begins summer 2015. And then that same thing with the Wolverine, either before or after, but after, based on the script. Also on March 20th, Century Fox set a release date of March 3rd, 2017. Mango boarded the project as director. Jackman signed in to respire his role as Logan, aka Wolverine, and David James Kelly were hired to pen the screenplay. In April 2014, Jackman spoke about his temptations, feelings for the character of Logan, while mentioning that they can go further when they achieve the Wolverine. Jackman also expressed his feelings for affinity when portraying the character of Logan, while in terms of storyline, he explained that nothing had been decided as of yet. Jackman said that by highlighting the success of the script development, would determine whether Jackman would return at all. I haven't signed on. I was really at that one point where unless it's better than that last one, I'm not going to do it. I think it has better. I can still see where we can improve on the last one. I love the intimacy of the story. I like the small stuff. I like that it was a little unexpected. In February 2015, Patrick Stewart spoke over discussions about a third Wolverine film, centering around a team up between Jackman's Wolverine and himself as Xavier. With Stewart stating to Mark Moore that we've been talking about a Wolverine movie which would team he and myself together. That would be a very different sort of X-Men from the four movies that I've already done. By April 2015, Mark Green had taken over screenwriting duties, while Mango was still actively overseeing the script development process. In September 2015, Chapman spoke of his writers being halfway through the script and the story would develop into the relationship between Wolverine and Professor X, to which he added, I think it's a really important relationship, but I want to see signs of the father-son sort of relationship that has not been seen before, and signs of Professor X that have not we've been seen before. Chapman spoke of Mango's plan to start filming in the next year, though he expressed uncertainty as to filming locations. Also in September, Mark Miller, creative consultant for Fox, confirmed that Mango's film would be a loose adaptation of The Old Man Logan, story written in 2008, something that was hinted earlier by Chapman. October 2016, the title of the film was announced as Logan. In January of 2016, Chapman confirmed that Mango had a full screenplay, not complete. The following month, Lee Sharper expressed interest in returning to the Sabretooth, with Chapman himself mentioning Mango's vision to him, describer. After the film's release, it was revealed by Chapman that recently they had the character play a role in the film, but that Sabretooth was excluded from the final screenplay. I'm kind of glad, to be honest. Because yeah, do not bring an X Men Origins character from that movie into here. Not that I dislike Hugh Sharper, I like him in Scream 1 and 2, and I like him in Scream 1, 2, and 3. And I don't think he was completely awful. Sabretooth is just him being Wolverine's brother. I'm like, no, we don't need to be reminded of that movie. You know, I think they chose this film to be rated R though because of, I gotta say, I think it's because of Deadpool. That inspiration from that character and that movie came to be. Boyd Hiller became the main antagonist of the movie. Chief security for a global corporation that is pursuing Wolverine. Also by April, Richard E. Grant was cast as a villain as mad scientist. Steve McGrant had also been cast, and there was some other people that were cast. Also, producer Simon Campbell revealed that filming had already begun. Because the movie will be rated R. Regarding the setting, he stated, "It takes place in the future, and as you and others have reported, it is a rated R movie. It's violent. It's kind of like a western in terms. It's just very cool, different film. The film included some vintage X-Men comic books. He's wrote to advance the plot as a reference. The writer clarified that the Marvel Comics allowed this on a condition that they could use actual characters and designs, but not use any comic book issues. As a result, the comic book covers and pages seen in the film were made specifically for it by writer Joe Kwiski. I'm sorry, I can't say that right. Mango commented on it. The reality was that it's like Unforgiven when Clint Eastwood runs into Richard Harris, who's writing these fictional accounts of the greatest Western heroes, or Pat Garrett and Billy Kid, where you've got these aging heroes who kind of are Twilight versions of their own legends. And then they do being kind of a celebrity, like a sports star in your heyday. Really interesting for me to investigate this kind of world. Photography for Logan took place in New Orleans, is where they filmed some of the movie. On March 5th, 2015, that filming will begin. Prior to filming, was given to Fox title. Yeah. They started schedule in May. Producers Canberry, showrunner, chose to film in Louisiana because of its popularity in filmmaking locations, as filming 4% tax credit for movie productions. This requires. Prince photography was confirmed to have begun in New Orleans. Shooting schedule confirmed from April 25th to August 13, 2016. On May 23, 16, filming took place at the plant New Orleans, which having been spotted not far from shooting a fight scene outdoors on the property. On June 1st, 2016, it was confirmed that 20th Century Fox It applied to film exterior scenes in Louisiana Highway 15 on June 16, 2016. Jarvis was originally scheduled to move on toward an island for filming. I can't say the name of the island, sorry. Just for you. Hugh Jackman did have some visual effects on his face, probably just to make him look a little older. Filmmaker Michael Custer worked on Logan during the period of October, where he spoke of going down the dailies and breaking them down and figuring structure of one scene, which he described as complicated. Let's just spoke of the task being rather time consuming. For the music score of the movie, Cliff Martinez did the score, it says. And yeah. Anyway, for the film's marketing, I do remember the trailer. I do think there was a Super Bowl trailer as well for this movie. Yeah. What mostly got me excited for this movie that when they announced it, I'm sure they were going to announce that it was going to be rated R, of course. Yeah, and that the studio did not involve. But the film did take some inspirations from westerns and stuff and noir kind of films, and they went in a completely different direction instead of cliche moments for superhero movies like where villains want to take over the world or destroy the world or whatever cliche. They changed it completely. It's like they kind of go down realistic with it and they try to make it a grounded western, not Nero. I can't say Nero type of story. Nowhere type of story. I can't say the word right. Yeah. But of course, this was a huge emphasis last time, as he would, of course, aspire the role again in Deadpool and Wolverine in 2024. So, yep. Director, you have James. Here's a picture of James McGold, Patrick Stewart, Dave Keane, and Hugh Jackman, the cast of the movie and the director. For the cast, we have Hugh Jackman as James Olet, Logan X24. If X24 is a villain who is like a clone version of Wolverine, but he is basically just evil, basically just a murderer. And James Hill was usually original Logan's name, but he just goes by Logan. He's a former member of the X-Men. He say retired. Yeah. And here Logan's dealing with his age, getting older. And Hugh Jackman, he's been playing the character since 2000, since 2000. So, and he came back as, yeah, he's been playing the character since X-Men 2000, X2, X-Men United, X-Men 3, X-Men Origins of Wolverine. He's made cameos in X-Men First Class, X-Men Apocalypse, X-Men Days of Future Past. He was in that when they sent Wolverine back in time. And in this movie, yeah, he plays Wolverine. But not for the last time, though. Yeah. And then you have Sir Patrick Stewart as Charles Xavier, Professor X, who is a lot better than James McCoy, in my opinion. He's a powerful telepath and the founder and former leader of the new dysfunction X-Men, and formerly known as Professor X. In this movie, though, he is, you could say, Charles Xavier's over in his 90s, and he's at the age of his 90s where he's unstable, and if he has a seizure, he can kill a lot of people or damage a lot, hurt a lot of people. I'll explain more of that later. But Patrick Stewart, he's been playing the character since 2000, X-Men, X2, X-Men 9, X-Men 3. Uh, he made a cameo in X-Men vs. Wolverine. Um, played the character again at the end of the Wolverine and Days of Future Past. Movie Days of Future Past. And of course, people probably would know him for also Star Trek, The Next Generation TV show, and the Fourth Generation movies that he was in: Star Trek Generation, First Contact, Insurrection, and Star Trek Nemesis. Yeah, great actor. And voicing King Kuba, I think I forget the character's name, and Jim voicing the main villain in Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius. And Dave DeKean as Laura X-23. She's a mysterious young girl who's very much like Logan, but she's Logan's daughter, and she has the same abilities as him, like healing as well. Dave DeKean, I think she came back as the character. Well, she's 20 years old now. She grew a lot, but I think she's also in Deadpool and Wolverine. She came back as the character. And Boyd Hollar as Donald Pierce. Transitions relentless, calculating, and intense head of security and leader of the Revenuers. He was in a Walk on Tombstones that was with Lemmy Neeson and Run All Night. So I guess he's worked with Lemmy Neeson a few bits. He was in Indiana Jones and Dial of Destiny. Yeah, I don't really care to see that movie. That's just me. Stephen McGrunt as Caliban, a mutant who can sense and track other mutants, who's helping Logan take care of Xavier. Stephen McGrunt. Okay, I recognize this actor. I think he was in a movie called Hall Pass. He was in Hot Fuzz, movie 43, which I heard sucked. He was in the Beauty and the Beast remake from 2017. But his scene was deleted. And Richard E. Grant as Dr. Sandra Rice, the head of Transition, whose father was killed by Logan during his escape from Weapon X. Let's see, Richard E. Grant. I think I've seen this actor maybe. Okay, yeah, he was in Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, any older movies I'm looking up. Hudson Hawk. I think that was with Bruce Willis. The Hitman's Bodyguard, Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Edgio Lucella, Elenice, Elizabeth Rodriguez appear as some characters in the movie. Yeah. And the film is directed by James McGold. And I will say though, I've always felt like this. I would say this movie is one of the best films of 2017 as well. Yeah, in my opinion. But James McGold, let's see. Well, he directed Copland. I love Copland. That's a great movie with Stallone. That's an underrated film. That's a good film. Yeah. If I'm definitely planning to do a Sylvester Stallone marathon. I gotta definitely do a review of Copland. But anyway, Identity. I like that movie as well. That's a good film. And Walk the Line. He directed that. Okay. I think this movie has like a Johnny Cash song at the end of it. In that movie, yeah. But I love Walk the Line and Copland and Identity. Those are real good movies. Featuring you might haven't seen. I like the Wolverine. I know he directed Indiana Jones and Dial of Destiny, but I'm sorry. I don't really care to see that movie. Yeah. But the screenplay is by Scott Frank, who's done a lot of work on movies for like Out of Sight, Minority Report, Marley and Me, and Michael Green. He's also a writer and he's also a producer on films like Sex and the City. He's worked on Smallville, 21 episodes of Smallville, and the film Green Lantern and Lights, Green Lantern 2011 film. This movie, Logan, Blade Runner 2049, which also came out the same year as this. Story by James McLeod, based on Wolverine by Roy Thomas Lee Wynn and John Roman Jr. Sr. Produced by Hutch Parker, Simon Kinberg, who thankfully did not direct the movie. Yeah. Oh yeah, he wrote the script for X Men XX State of the Union with the Ice Cube. Yeah, that movie sucks. Mr. and Miss Smith, I don't care about X Men Last Stand. Yeah, wrote the script. Yeah, that film has such a great script. This is better than that. Anyway, you also wrote produced X Men First Class. Yay. Days of Future Past. Oh man, he did good writing on that because he had a good cast, get a piece of people to work with. And he also worked on Deadpool. He was a producer on Deadpool, and he wrote the script for X Men Police, which sucked, and Deadpool 2, and yeah, he directed Dark Phoenix, and I'm sorry that film sucks. Yeah, that won't be too long for Rand. He's gonna also be working on the Running Man remake. Oh gosh. Yeah. Laura Sher Donner produced the movie. She is the wife of the late Richard Donner, who was known for directing Superman the movie with the late Christopher Reeve, Margaret Kitty, and most recently the late Gene Hackman and Marlon Brando. That film that is the reason we have superhero films today. You wouldn't have X-Men films if it was not for Superman the movie. You know, that's why we get all these movies. So if you like any of them or enjoy any of them, that's because of yeah. But she's also produced, unlike Superman movies, she produced Free Willy and Free Willy to the Adventure Home. Those are childhood favorite films of mine. The first two X-Men movies she produced Constantine, but I like that movie. Yeah. X-Men Last Stand, X-Men Wolverine, First Class of Wolverine, Days of Future Past, Deadpool, X-Men Apocalypse, this movie, Deadpool 2, Dark Phoenix, The New Mutants, and Deadpool Wolverine. And cinematography by John Matheson, who, by the way, I will say this one has some beautiful photography as well. Trying to see the other films he worked on. X-Men First Class, even though that movie sucks, that movie does have good cinematography in it, though. The Man from Uncle, I don't care for that movie much, but it does have good cinematography when they're not doing comic book panels in the movie. They do a little bit in that film. And Doctor Strange in the Multiverse, which also has some good special effects. So it's cool that he got to work on another superhero movie, working with Sam Raimi in that movie, edited by Michael McCusker, who's edited films like Walk the Line, 310 to Yuna, Night and Day, The Amazing Spider-Man, the first Amazing Spider-Man. This movie, 13 Hours, Michael Bay film this year, Up in Ghazi, Deadpool 2, Indiana Jones Down Destiny. Music is by Marco Porcento, who's done music score for some Scream, Man with the Facility, Resident Evil, some horror movies, uh, Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines, Live Fear Die Hard, Snowpiercer, Jonah Hex. I did the music for that, honey. That film sucks. Presented committees turned to Fox, Robert J. Kimberg, the owner's company, TSG Entertainment, distributed by 20th Century Fox. It's about 137 minutes long. I would say about over 2 hours and 17 minutes long. Yeah. And the budget was 97, about estimated by 97 are estimated to be either 97 or $127 million. Box office made $619.2 million worldwide. So it was a hit. I do think Logan was a well received movie. Yeah. And I think most would agree with me here that this is the best Wolverine movie. Yeah. Mainly because, not just because it's R rated, which is a nice part of it, but just because it had a good story. Alright, now let's get to the plot synopsis. It won't be too long because I do have work tomorrow, so. But the story for Logan, well, let's see, maybe I can look on Wikipedia for it. Ah, no, it's okay. And just stay alright, there are going to be spoilers for this review. So again, if you have not seen Logan, I've said it the fourth time now, or the fourth time saying it now, there are spoilers in this review. If you read the description in the box below, I will say, guys, there are spoilers in this review, by the way. There are, I'm telling the truth about that. And if you don't like the movie, that's fine. I mean, maybe some people out there don't like it, and that's fine. I'm not here to change your opinion or your perspective on the film. But in my opinion, this is the best Wolverine movie. In my opinion. Yeah. If I had to rank the movies from best to worst, the Wolverine trilogy, I would say this is my number one. Two will be the Wolverine, and three would be X Men versus Wolverine as the worst. If it was best to worst. But if it was otherwise worst to best, then I would say X Men versus Wolverine, the Wolverine, and then Logan. Yeah. Anyway, basically the plot synopsis of the movie is that in the near future, it's like it takes place like I think in the year 2029. And in the near future, Logan, who is aging, as you can tell, look on him, he's gotten older. He can barely fight anymore. He can barely, do this. He can't really. I can't do it as him and Jamin, as Hugh Jackman does with the claws, but he can't really do that much fighting anymore because he's gotten older. This near future, he cares for an alien Professor X who Professor X has to take these pills and he's got Alzheimer's disease, Alzheimer's, and he forgets things. I think that's part of Alzheimer's where you forget things and stuff. And when he has a headache, because of his power, he can't use Super Rebo no more because they'd probably kill him. And there's no more X Men. By this time, all the X Men have probably, that includes Cyclops and Jean Grey. If I'm going by Days of Future Past timeline and Storm, they probably all, and Beast, they probably all passed away. So it's just Logan and him. And yeah, he has this another mutant named Caliban who is takes care of him, helps him as well. but they stay in a remote outpost in the Mexican border. And basically, his plan is to hide out from the outside world. Get he gets his plan is to hide from the outside world, but he gets apprehended when he meets a young Munich girl named Laura, who is very much like him, because she has claws like him. And his abilities are that he can heal. You can shoot Wolverine. You can stab him. You can cut him. But when you do that, he heals up real fast. That's one of his abilities is to heal real quick. Yeah, and she has the same one. So Logan must now protect the girl from these people, this corruption, this place called Transian, led by this guy named Donald Pierce and his doctor who doing want to do experiments on her, trying to go after her and get them. So Logan, along with Professor X, they have to go on the run, and he has a battle dark forces that want to capture her, and he has to, you know, be an X-Men and become the Wolverine one more time and kick some ass and take some names and do some custom throats and save this girl and save his daughter's life and yeah, eventually become a hero at the end, and that's the plot for you. And like I said, I just said that without spoiling anything. Now I'm going to get into talking about the movie, and now there will be spoilers. So if you have not seen Logan, once again, please turn this video off for your own sake, so you don't spoil it for yourself. Yeah, I'm just being nice, folks. Yeah, again, I'm just being nice as I can here to the spoilers, and I don't want you to spoil the movie for yourself. Anyway, let's get to a show. This before we okay. Yeah. Anyway, the film opens up in the year 2029. Nice opening. We have Wolverine, Logan, well, who's not really Wolverine no more. But you can say he's retired, he's aged greatly. His healing factor doesn't work anymore. You can tell this because in the beginning, he drinks quite a bit. Can hardly ever sleep, so he sleeps in his limit. He's a limousine driver, being a chauffeur, you know, just taking a job, trying to make money, staying in the Mexican border, looking after Professor X, giving him his pills. He's opening and these guys are trying to steal the limousine. He's like, guys, I wouldn't do that before you. They push him and he stabs one of the guys. And literally, I'm not kidding. You do see blood. And he cuts people. He cuts them. You see blood and gore in there. And they kick over and over. Like, ah! And picks these guys up. Stabs one in the chest. Not one in the chest or in his armpit. Stabs him right there. Stabs one guy. And stabs one guy in the face. You know. And after taking off, he just yeah. Logan just takes people for rides. You have these kids that are acting up, and he's just like, oh. Then you have Donald Pierce. He sees this little girl. Well, I forgot to mention that. I'll get to that later. But he goes to Caliban, who is immune, who can track me, and he has the ability to do that. And he likes to be in the dark all day. He can't, the sun really hurts him. So it sounds like a weakness for him. He's like kind of like a vampire almost. The way he looks is immune. If he goes out, he has to wear, a hat, goggles, and like a face mask over his face, stuff, a mask over himself. And I like it when we first see Professor X, him talking. He's like, "We're gonna get out of here soon, Charles." And Charles is just blabbering on all day. I like a cheeseburger and a Coke. Just blabbering on about things. Because again, he's got Alzheimer's. He's in his 90s. There is no more X-Men. That's just him and Logan. And Logan puts him in his bed, gives him his pills. He's like, "Did you take your pills?" He's like, and even Professor X drops a couple of f bombs in this movie. Logan's to get smart with him. He's like, "Oh fuck off, Logan." I thought that was funny. He's like, Charles like, "We're gonna get money. We're gonna get out here. We're gonna go to the beach. We're gonna get a relaxed retirement." And that's what they want to do. He just wants to work. Logan just wants to get his money. Logan's at a funeral though. Um, not for anybody, but he's doing driving because limousine he's driving. These people, this lady's approaching him, a nurse for Sheriff's Gun, but he doesn't know that. He doesn't. He's like, "Lady, I don't know you. I don't hear you." He's like, "You're the Wolverine." He's like, "No, I'm not anymore. Leave me alone. Piss off." He drives away. Then you have Donald Pierce who comes to confront him. He's like, the Wolverine. I'm a fan. I'm not that person anymore. He's like, well, you seen this girl? Like, I don't know, lady. I don't know what you're talking about. So go away. And even though he suspects that Wolverine might help him out, and Logan at this point, he's gotten older and his age doesn't give a crap. Just wants to live his days out working and get a nice retirement. You can say, trying to get the money to do that. And I like it though when he's in his limousine taking more people out. Then these girls that are just going to a prom or whatever, or they're going to a party. She's like, "Hey, driver!" She flashes him and you see her tits. I'm like, okay. And Logan just smiles about it. And he gets his money. I do like scenes where he's just putting his glasses on, reading a text or reading stuff. But it is kind of fun to see Wolverine put glasses on, getting older. And but this lady gives him another call and sends him a text, and it's another girl named her name is Laura. You know, she's gonna offer him $20,000 to take him to this place. Laura by accident like breaks a window in the hotel, and the the landlord lady or the hotel manager's gonna come yell at her, come walk to her, and she tries to calm her down. She's for a reason doesn't want her just to walk up to her and put her hands on her for a good reason. And Logan says, why don't you get your fat ass back in the office there? And they do. Say, lady, look, I don't know you. I don't care about you. I don't be involved in your business. Yeah, you know, even though she does offer him a good amount of money. He's like, okay, I'll take it. They tries to go see her at the hotel, but then he finds Gabriella has been murdered. And not knowing she's there, he goes there. He goes back home, goes back to the abandoned this plant by the Mexico border that they're staying at. But Donald Pierce shows up, trying to talk to him, trying to see where the girl was at. He's like, you asked my question first. We're not like you, but I just need your cooperation here with me. And Flora like throws something at him, throws a bat at him or whatever, knocks him out. Caliban's gonna take him out to get rid of him, but he wakes up. He's like, "You're fucked now." And he gets these guys over, and the Riveners they come. They're for the Mexico police while Caliban is captured. In order to use his meter power to track them, but they try to fight them, and he just gets far. Logan's about to try to attack him, but they jump on him, and yeah, until they get Laura, they go in there. She's eating breakfast. Professor X is treating her breakfast, treating her like a little niece, like a little daughter almost. But they do try to escape and try to leave the girl there in the limousine. But they get them. That's when Logan gets beaten up. They try to go in there and tell Laura some of the men do, but she kills them because Laura walks out with one of their heads that she stabbed, that she cut off, and just throws the head of the guy. And said, "Laura, don't." Laura gets the knife, and she starts fighting them. Pretty good action scene there. They get in the limousine, but they got Caliban. He tortures him with the sun a little bit, and he's gonna make him, start getting to work, track them down. And as well as going, we're not going to sleep if they're at a gas station. He's playing on a toy or whatever, one of those little remote mechanic thing. I don't know, whatever. But Logan and Xavier, they watch a video. Logan gave us one that transaction it's breeding children with DNA samples from equal number of other mutants. It's experimenting on them. X-24. All the children were to be put to death. But Gabriella, she held. Well, first they can't get to it because the phone runs out, the battery runs out, so they can't watch the rest of the video. He just sees a video of like, you know, a lot Laura on a hospital bed. Then the video is there. She wants to go on the ride on the mechanic horsey, but it breaks down. She's about to stab it, but we're like, no need for that. Gets a quarter and is like, yeah. But she goes into in the gas station. Takes a just drinking drinks, get some, you know, chips, starts eating some chips. And the guy's like, lady, you gotta pay for that. Okay, you gotta tell me. And she like just pins something down and to stop him. He's like, no, not here. We don't do that. He's like, sorry. He's like, you have a phone charger? He's like, and Logan gets the phone charger. They get in the limousine, nighttime. They all, as Professor, as as Xavier and Laura are sleeping. Logan watches the rest of the video, sees what happens, what they experience they did on them, and the children escaping. And by the way, Laura is also revealed to be Logan Charles. She's very much like you, Logan. Very much like you. You know, she's pretty much your daughter. Logan doesn't want to leave her first. She's like, I don't want to hear it, Charles. You know. They also go to a hotel, I think it's like in Las Vegas or whatever. And in this hotel, they get there. She wants to play the bunnies. Like, was like, stop. And they're watching this old Western movie. And Logan has to go get a new car. And he sees, like, oh, she's reading a little X Men fantasies or X Men comic books about Eden, which isn't real. Then he looks at this numbers like, you gotta be shitting me. Looks at it. This location of Eden discovers it being represented in the X Men comic book. The lore bar with her, but he's like, those comic books are all fantasy, they're all fake. You know. But the Revenants, thanks to Caliban, they find their whereabouts. But they're very close to capturing Xavier and Laura. But Xavier has a seizure because he has not been taking his pills. And I think Laura forgot to give him his pill because Logan told her to, but I guess she forgot. Or anyway, he has a seizure because Logan gets back to the hotel. He sees that these guys are there, that the Revenues are there, along with Pierce. Well, Pierce is in the truck. They're like got a camera about to get them or whatever. Or one of them has like a body cam or whatever, but they're tabbed up. Logan can survive it because of being Wolverine of his abilities. But people are frozen. They're just like professors can do that. But when you see just like it's like a bad earthquake going on. Logan gets up there. He has to use his swords, not swords, his claws, just to hit the walls of it. Just sees the guy. Stabs the guy in the head, stabs the guy in the throat, stabs another guy in the face. Stabs him more, and he gets the serum and plugs Charles with it. Shoots Charles with a serum with a shot. Cuffs it, and then one of the men is still alive, but Laura jumps on him and slits his throat. And they do escape, and he's one guy's like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. They get into the truck because Logan buys a truck. You know, Logan does talk to Xavier. You take your medicine? Like, here, give him his medicine. Take his medicine. He takes his medicine. Like Logan takes medicine. He takes like Charles up, opens up his mouth. He's like, we have people trying to kill us, Charles. We gotta get out of here. But as they're driving, this truck nearly hits them, and they run into these people. They have dinosaurs. I'm losing my mind. Horses. The horses get out of their truck or whatever, but Xavier's able to use his telepath, uses powers on the horses to calm them down. They're then invited by this couple and their son, which Xavier accepts because he wants Logan to learn what it's like to have a family and be with a family. And even though Logan's not like that, Logan, like I said, he's an anti-hero. He's got a bad attitude. He's not, as he would say, he's not really good at this shit. But they go for the family. They, of course, tell them who they are, but not really. Kind of feel bad, have dinner with these people, talk with them, and they're very good people. Logan goes. There's like a problem with the generator or something, or out there in the cop in the field or whatever. Logan goes helps them take care of it. Laura goes up to the son, and he lets his it's a I guess MP3 player or music player or whatever, and he listens to some music. She listens to some music, and Wolverine comes in the room. He's like, Logan, don't wake her yet. He says, Logan, we've been through a lot of long time. I can't do the same speech as Professor Stewart does it, but he's like, Logan, Logan. But I forgot to mention the scene where Logan is with the guy, one of the man in the house, and they're, like I said, fixing that generator, whatever they're doing, and these assholes come up telling him to get off his property and tell him that he owns it, so they're pointing a gun at him. Logan just punches the guy, and the guy pulls a gun on them, and Logan like stabs, breaks his gun with his leg, breaks it, and tells them, go, Don't leave him alone. Get away when you can. And they go back to the home. But as Xavier is talking to Logan, it's actually X-24 who's a clone of Logan. He's a Logan, and X-24 stabs him. He just is Logan's clone. Yeah, but he's a killer. And the son tries to attack him with a baseball bat. He does hit him with a baseball bat, but X-24 has the same abilities. His healing factor is really like it's better real quick. He stabs the kid, kills the mom. Father tries to come up, but he stabs the father. Logan sees this, just let him walk past. Logan's like, wow, shocked, and he's got Laura, and the doctor's also there because he told him like, he said they wouldn't get hurt. He's like, well, I lied, you know. But then Caliban grabs two grenades and sets them off, killing himself and destroying the van while Logan and Lauren once again are able to escape thanks to him. But Caliban, grabs the grenades like lights out. That was it. And it does injure the doctor and Caliban himself. Logan puts up a pretty good fight with him, but him and Logan just stab each other, and Logan still has his abilities. Again, he's just older. This clone version is like a younger version of him, but he's a psychopathic killer, you know. But the dad, the father, is somewhat still alive. He hits X-24 with his car, almost kills him, and then he gets a shotgun and shoots him. As you say, he doesn't say anything, but he just shoots him. And he looks at Logan, points again at Logan, like, my family's dead because of you. But realizing he's not really Logan's fault, I guess you say what he's contemplating at the moment, but as he's thinking there's nothing he can do when he drops dead, literally passes away from his injuries from being stabbed. But he does save Logan from nearly being killed, and because of that, him and Lauren were able to escape again, go on the road again. They also get Xavier. Xavier dies though, and it was sad to see Xavier die and saying goodbye to Charles. Logan ends up waiting on the doctor's office because he passed out. You know, and my issues with Laura, she keeps on saying this stuff like, just blabbering about stuff, jibber jabber. I don't understand what she's saying, but she wants to go to Eden to see these other children that were part of the experiment. Laura kept this photograph or whatever, and Colonel Pierce is able to track them down. They do arrive at Eden. It's a safe haven by Richter, and from which these other mutants test subjects. Logan learns that the children will make an 8-mile journey across the forest to the Canada border, but they are quickly just to escape, and he's been asleep for 2 days. And Wolverine's like, well, don't do this or do that, Even tells him, he asks the kid, who's the lead kid, tells him, you're gonna have to get here quickly because the Riveters are gonna find you real quick and kill you. But they get quickly Riveters chase them down in the woods. Then Logan ends up injecting himself with which heals all of his past scars. And when he puts the serum on himself, if he takes all of it, Wolverine just gets back sword, and it's just awesome seeing him in the. I love seeing Wolverine moves woods just fighting and killing. And he starts fighting, he starts, doing that yell. I can't do it as he does. But when you know that Wolverine yell, you know it. If you've seen the character before, when he pulls out those claws and does that yell, he's gonna kill somebody. He's gonna start sweating and cutting and slicing and dicing some motherfuckers up, and he does. He's like, stuff. Gotta mention though, these assholes that were bothering the father and Logan earlier. X-24, the guy that did it before, Logan just hit him, but X-24 really cuts his head off. And yeah, Logan stabs some guys in the face, he kills some guys, and X-24 is like, come on, big boy, and they fight again. Wolverine does get like a door in his face, slams him, hit him with a door, hits him on the throat. He's about to kill Wolverine, comes close to it, but until Laura gets involved fighting her. Yeah. But Logan, the serum does wear off quickly before he meets Xander Rice, the head of the project, who says that his father's death was during the Weapon X program. Logan shoots Rice in the head with a gun. Logan kills Rice with the children, overwhelms Pierce with their powers, and he's outmatched by X-24, who is, like I said, faster and much stronger and younger than him. That doesn't need the serum. He's like an evil version of Wolverine, if you will. He picks up Wolverine and he impels him through a tree during the fight. And he comes close to stabbing Wolverine, killing him. But Laura shoots X-24 in the head. Basically, just shoots his head off, and X-24 dies with an anti-manium bullet. You know, I do like moments in the film where he's talking to Laura. He tells her one scene, like, I'm bad at this shit. I'm not good at this whole family thing. I just get my money and go. But anyway, I'm just going off everywhere. But Logan has kept him for years because Logan has thought about killing himself just in case he ever one day in his misery, but he never did that. But Logan succumbs to Laura and shouldn't bury him. Well, for the she's like, I thought I cried when I knew that he cried. It was a sad moment. She said, "Daddy," and cries, and so that's what it feels like, feeling that passion of a family moment of what it's like to have a family, and that he does love Laura, and that somewhat just being in her at that moment, he does die peacefully, knowing that even though all the trouble he had in his life, all the bad stuff he's ever done, he's done some a lot of good. Well, and Laura was the best things that he's done. He's saved her, so yeah, he's an anti-hero, but he died a hero at least. They bury him. They're going to continue the journey as they leave. The Lord returns to Logan's grave, removes the cross, and she puts an X on it. Honoring Logan, it pretty much honors him as the last of the X-Men. And yeah, as even though Logan started out as a anti-hero, started out, just with a bad attitude and killing and stuff, he does, become a hero by the end and saves his daughter. That deep down, Wolverine is a good guy. Deep down, he is. He's just a guy with a bad attitude. But deep down, good guy. A good man. Yeah. And it was just sad to see him die. And the spoiler, yeah, he does die at the end. But we do get him in Deadpool Wolverine, and that's the end of Logan. So yeah. Now I did want to read some quotes from the movie real quick. Let's see. Nature made me a freak, man made me a weapon, and God made it last too long. To Charles, you always thought we were perfect, part of God's plan, but maybe we were God's mistake. That's right. You're welcome. Oh, what? She can't guide a man with her feet. She can't hear a few naughty words. I got this a long time ago, and I care to remind of what I am now. Keep it up. Keep it, huh? Actually, I was thinking of shooting myself with it, like Charles said. Hey, I never asked for this, all right? Charles never asked for this. Calvin never asked for this. And they are 6 feet under the ground. Now, I don't know what Charles put in your head, but I'm not whatever you think I am, okay? I only met you like a week ago. Now, you got your Rebecca, your Delilah, your blah, 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 your whatever. Everything you asked for, you got it. And it's better this way because I suck at this. Bad shit happens to people. Bad shit happens to people I care about. You understand me? What disappointment you are. I told you, Logan, she's a mean like you, very much like you. 2 days on the road, only one meal and hardly any sleep. She's 11. I'm fucking 90. Logan, this was without a doubt the most perfect night I've had in a very long time. And I don't deserve it, do I? I did something unspeakable. I remember what happened in Winchester. This is not the first time I've hurt people. Today, I didn't know. You wouldn't tell me, so we kept on running away. I think finally understand. Our boat, the Sunseeker, Donald Pierce. Last night, some friends of mine in Texas called and told me that they found 3 dead and pulled out 954. Not unusual. I know, except one of them missing a hand, another was missing a leg. So they were thinking it was either an escaped tiger or a Freddy Krueger, but neither one of them came dry. One being fictional, the other one being extinct. And since the real lugs they found belonged to 24, and well, this is a 24 Chrysler. Beware the light, Caliban. I bet that's what your mama told you every day when you were a kid. Yeah. There's some good dialogue in there. Yeah. Fuck off, Logan. See, you know who I am. I always know you are. Just sometimes I don't recognize you. Igor, you asked me to help you, and God knows I've tried. But I can't help you, Logan, not really, if you're not going to talk to me. I hear you at night. I hear you at night. You're not sleeping. You don't want to talk about that. Or the booze that you're drinking, or the pus you're wiping away from your knuckles, or the blood I washed from your clothes, or the fresh wound in your chest. the ones that aren't healing. And I'm pretty sure you don't want to talk about the fact that you can't read the label on that bottle. That was my favorite mug. I guess you see the reason that he wears glasses when to help himself read. He's like, stay out of my shit. Jesus, Wolverine. Seeing like this just breaks my damn heart. As soon as I rip it out of your chest, you fucking. I'm not helping you. Of course, would you say that? But I got three of the people that don't really change. You read these in your spare time? Oh yeah. Charles, we got ourselves an X-Men fan. You do know that was bullshit, right? Maybe a quarter of it happened. But not like in the real world. People die. And no supporting asshole in a fucking love truck can stop it. Logan, this is ice cream for bedwetters. Logan, that nurse has been feeding her some great bullshit. I don't think Laura needs to remind you of life's important pregnancy. Careful, you're speaking to a man who ran to school for a lot of years. Right, Charles? Yes, it was. A special needs school. That's the truth. He was there too. Oh yeah. No, I kicked that a few times. I wish I would. You were good to people, but the words would choke me. 2 days on the road, only 1 mil. Oh, that's 101 reason to keep moving. Anyway, 505. Okay. All right, guys. To finish up this review, I love this movie. I love Logan. This was a great film. I'm getting a reason why I thought it was a good story. I like seeing, Wolverine a bit older. I like the fact that he has a daughter. That's really good. I like that in here we see an older Wolverine where he's not healing as much. He can't really use his claws. He can't fight the way he used to because of his, it's like he's dealing with his own immortality in this one, getting older and aging, and getting to that point where you're just getting old. You know, hence why he's wearing the glasses to read because he can't read hardly no more. But I do like the fact that Logan is struggling here. That here, yeah, he just wants to get money. He's getting money. He's just trying to live out the rest of his days in retirement, trying to do money, whatever he can for that. You know, and he gets his opportunity to free this girl. You know, but who finds out who's his daughter? Doesn't believe at first, but Logan doesn't give a crap about anything. But then in the movie, he does love Laura by the end, and he does save her. And I do think he becomes a hero. We do get to see that human side of him. That he is human. He's a mutant, but at heart, he's a good human being. At least I think of him as that. That's what Logan is. I think that's what the film was trying to get across. You know, and the film is good because mainly the story is interesting. Yeah, it's about 217 minutes long. But believe me, the pacing can be a little slow at times, but I get it. I did feel the pacing was a little slow at times, just maybe a little, but not too bad. I'm okay with it being 217 minutes long. It kind of reminds me of The Mask of Zorro. That was 217 minutes long. But the thing is, even guys, even if a movie is long, as long like this, if a movie is long, like this is, I would say 2 hours 17 is pretty long. 2 hours and 17 minutes is pretty long, but it's good. It's not over 3 hours, At least it's not over 3 hours. It's long, but it doesn't feel way too long. Is what I'm saying. I'm saying there's movies that can be long with there. Some movies that are over 2 hours like this, but this ain't over 2 hours, like way too long hours. I mean, but he's trying to say it has a good story. I'm invested in the story. I like the lead. Hugh Jackman again is Wolverine. You can't replace him. Yeah, you can try to make a joke about him, make somebody play him just for a parody, but you can't have somebody replace Hugh Jackman. He is Wolverine, just like Michael Keaton is Batman, like Christopher Reeve is Superman. He is Wolverine, and you can't replace him. Um, but the film has a really good story. Before I get to any issues I have, though, I do think James Mangold did a great job directing. Like those other films I mentioned, Copland, I love Copland. One of my favorite Stallone movies. I would say my top five favorite Stallone movies, or top five or top 10, something like that. For Stallone films, that was one of my favorite Stallone movies. I love Walk the Line. That's really a good movie. That's a long movie too, but that film has a really good story. The script is really good. The story was real good by James Mangold, who gave us a good story. It's like 20th Century Fox just gave him permission to make this one very long, and that's what I love about it. The action is really good too. You know, the cinematography is very beautiful in this movie. I love the cinematography in this film. Uh, Setting up for a future in 2029. Cinematography is nice. The editing is good. I like the editing. When you get the action scenes, you do get blood and gore here. When you have Wolverine or Laura stabbing at people, you see stab. The film doesn't cut away from them much. You do get blood and gore in here. It doesn't hide it from that. And I hope to see the same thing in Deadpool Wolverine as well. Of course, I'm expecting that movie, Red Lord. You can't have a Deadpool Wolverine movie rated R. Character like Wolverine, you have to have the film rated R. I'm sorry, but this film is not for kids. Yeah, it has a little daughter in it, but despite that, Laura, the little girl, you know, Wolverine's daughter, she cuts people up too. She not cuts people too, but she has the swords too. She has the claws as well, and even she has claws in her. If you've seen Will Smith and well, so you remember he has a knife in his foot. Well, she's got a claw in her foot, an antimatter claw in her foot and 2 feet. But she pulls it out, she like cuts a guy with it, kicks him with it. So yeah, this movie doesn't hesitate to cut back on the gore. And like I said, the cinematography, the editing, the music score is also good. You know, there's even a scene where they're watching a western as well, where Professor X and Laura are watching one, and I thought it was pretty good characters. I thought it was a very good story. Now the villain, I'll admit the villain, Donald Pierce was the guy who plays the Doctor. Good guy. He was a good villain in this film. But the villains weren't very memorable. They weren't nothing. They weren't horrible or anything like that. Like Oscar Isaac was terrible as freaking Apocalypse, where he's just screaming and they will fall. There's none of that in here. There is no screaming over top. But if Wolverine screams, it's well done. It's not overacting or anything. Yeah, there is no over the top screaming or silliness in this movie. There's no overacting. There's no bad acting in here. It's much better than X Men Apocalypse. It's not boring. Yeah. And I cared about the characters. I cared about Logan. I felt sad when Professor X died and when Logan died. You feel sad. The film really, it gets pretty sad at times. It gets depressing, but it works for the tone of the movie. Sometimes there is humor in the movie, but that's all right. I don't need a Wolverine movie to be funny. He's not Deadpool. He's not telling jokes left and right. He's not Deadpool. Wolverine can say stuff to make you laugh, but he's not, a guy that has a sense of humor, much like Deadpool is what I'm saying. But despite that, though, the film is really good. It's 137 minutes long, but trust me, 2 hours 17 minutes, 137 minutes long, it's a good story. If you want a film that has a good story and a good Logan, a good Wolverine movie, Logan, whatever, Wolverine movie. If you didn't like the last two installments because they were PG-13, you'll enjoy this because this film has definitely a better story. It has a good story, a good cast. It's well directed. The script's good. The cinematography, the editing, the music score is good. Problem is that the villains are weak. And when Laura starts speaking gibberish, it's annoying. I can't understand when they're speaking goo goo. It's more like, why don't you start out with Gaga and then Din Din? That'll be more easy for me to understand. I'm just kidding. You know, but I can't understand what the heck they're saying when she speaks gibberish. She's yelling at Wolverine. She punches Wolverine. Kind of feeling like a little brat. I wanted Wolverine just to spank her butt. She needed a good whooping, if you ask me. But yeah, but literally just an irritating child when she's trying to tell him to go to map to go to Eden. I'm like, what are you saying? That was just annoying. But despite those, my issues with that and those scenes, yeah, despite that, this is still the best Wolverine movie out there in my opinion. It's still the best Wolverine film in my opinion. It might not be titled Wolverine, but it's definitely better than X-Men Wolverine and the Wolverine because it was more like a Wolverine movie that has a good story, and I like it that it's aging Wolverine, that he's aging, getting older, dealing with his own immortality, and maybe thinking about killing himself with an antimatter bullet. He's suicidal and him being depressed, and but when Laura comes into his life and he has to help her, I think that he somewhat gets that moment of what it feels like to be part of a family, you know. But that was really well done in my opinion, well written. I do want to check out the Logan Noir version. I said this is the black and white version. If you had this film on DVD or Blu-ray, you know. But you do have making of the film, like you have the making of the film, deleted scenes, the commentary by director James Mangold, art commentary by him. Yeah, so you probably get some good special features in there, interviews with the cast and stuff. But this was really well made in my opinion. Really well made movie. I love Logan. My rating for this film, I'm gonna give Logan a thumbs up. And my rating for this film is 5 out of 5 stars. So guys, tell me in the comments down below if you've seen Logan. What do you think of this film in your opinion? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Uh, do you think it's the best Wolverine film? And how would you rank the Wolverine trilogy? I'm talking about the X-Men Origins Wolverine, X-Men Origins Wolverine, and the Wolverine from 2013. How would you rank them from best to worst? In your opinion, how would you rank them? And what do you think of Hugh Jackman as Logan Wolverine? You still think he's good? Did you enjoy this movie? Do you have any issues with the movie yourself? Or if you dislike the movie, that's fine. We can agree to disagree. And yeah, so I can enjoy my review of Logan. All right, guys, stay tuned for another 2017 review, which I don't know if I'm at work schedule for this. So I probably will be working Monday through Friday. Today's Sunday, but I will probably work Monday through Friday. But I was thinking these days, since I'm working Monday through Friday at work, and I shouldn't get to work soon, I was thinking for 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, since you're just giving me those days off, if I keep the job still, I'll continue to do reviews Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But I'm sorry, folks, that's just the way it is. I wish I could tell work I'm sorry I can't make it to work because I do reviews, but I have to work, I have to make money. I have to pay rent to live here. I have to pay for gas, groceries, bills, taxes. You gotta pay for stuff. That's just life in general, you know. But guys, I do intend to keep going. If you pay attention to my community post, I always say what the next review will be. And also, do that, also click the little bell on the, say all personalized. That way it'll let you know when I upload a video or probably upload a community post, saying what the next review is, you know. So look out for the community post, guys. you know, if I give you life updates or if I'm telling you what the next review, the next video is, whatever. So click on the bell. This is all personalized. Get all personalized and subscribe. When you hit the subscribe button, there's a bell next to that to the left side of it, I believe, and you just click that bell. You know, but it should be on every YouTuber's channel usually. But you should know when you hit subscribe, there's a little bell also, and you click that bell to make sure. And guys, stay tuned for the next review. The next review, 2017 superhero review. Yeah. I don't really remember caring for this movie. It's on theaters. It was a flop, and I'm sure for a good reason. But this is the 2017 reboot, remake, whatever you want to call it. That is Power Rangers from 2017, hmm. which I don't remember being a fan of. Even I'm not even a fan of Suits. So this might be another rant coming up too. And then after this, I'll be reviewing Teen Titans: The Judas Contract and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume. Yep. Then it should be Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Not after this. After this movie, it'll be Teen Titans: The Judas Contract. So the next reviews will be Power Rangers, the 2017 reboot. Saturday, next Saturday, this Saturday should be Teen Titans Judas Contract, and Sunday will be yeah Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which is a not a Marvel Revisit review, by the way. It would not be because I've never reviewed this. I did first reaction on Logan in this movie. First reaction videos, I'll probably have to do that again one day if I ever go back to the movie theaters. The first reaction is where I would just give my thoughts on films when I first time saw it. And I still love Logan, but I have to say my thoughts on this a little later, but Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, hopefully this will be next Sunday. Yeah. But next Sunday, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. For next Sunday. So, Power Rangers, Teen Titans, Juice Contract, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. These will be the next two videos for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so guys. I just wanted to bring that up. So stay tuned for the weekends. Hopefully I can do more reviews on the weekends. I want to. That's the only time I get to do reviews. I'm sorry. But anyway, guys, again, my rating for Logan is my rating for this film once again is a thumbs up and 5 out of 5 stars. Tell me in the comments down below. What do you think of Logan in your opinion, guys? Do you like it? Do you hate it? How about you rank the Wolverine trilogy? What is your favorite Wolverine movie? What is the best one in your opinion? The best one in my opinion is Logan. Yes, in my opinion. Let me know what you think about this awesome movie down below. Do you like it? Do you hate it? And stay tuned this Friday for the next review. Friday, which is March 21st, for Power Rangers, the 2017 reboot, coming up next. So stay tuned for that, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Morphin' time! Can't do it right. But thanks for watching. Bye bye.